Hello everyone, I am back with another video. We're going to be talking about Star Wars Death Troopers by Joe Schreiber. Forgot the author's name for a moment. I figured instead of doing like a giant bulk 40-minute, like potentially years after I finish these books, recommendations or thoughts on, because I don't think myself qualified enough to say review, just a video talking about these books, these Legends novels. I figured I would do a video after I finish reading them. Or in this case, not finish it. 'Cause, yeah, sorry fam, I didn't honestly care for this book that much. Like, which is weird to me because I liked Red Harvest. I thought Red Harvest was fine. But there were just things about Death Troopers that I'm just like, I don't know, it didn't vibe with me. I'll try not to get into too many spoilers. Like, the pacing felt a little weird in certain spots. Like, it's basically another Star Wars zombie book, is what it is. Which, I don't hate that idea in general, like having some kind of like zombie outbreak thing type of story in Star Wars. Not at all against that. But, just, like, the book starts off very kind of like, I don't want to say fast-paced, but like, shit starts going bad, like, fucking immediately. Like, you get into the very early chapters, and, like, people start dying, like, fucking left and right. And then things just kind of chill for a bit. There's like 6 people left alive, according to, the computers. The bodies just kind of lay there. And then we get about to the halfway point of the book, I think. And then the bodies all disappear. Like, it's typical zombie fare, but it did it kind of weirdly. Like, you go from, holy fuck, everyone just died from this fucking disease. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna meander about the ship for a little bit, try and figure out how to get the hell out of here. Oh shit, I should probably go get those 2 guys out of solitary, which I'm gonna try and talk about that without spoiling too much. If anyone gives a shit, if nobody gives a shit, I will say who it is in the comments. There are 2 characters that pop up in this book that are from the original trilogy. And them showing up in this book, like, deflated any and all tension I felt, like, for this book. Because, like, if you do a side story that with characters that are just completely made up for the book, then, fucking open season, anybody's game. But when this book happens before the movies, and you bring in movie characters, then, yeah, you kind of know what's going to happen. Like, even when one of them is briefly infected, I use the word infected loosely, like, they weren't really, like, they started to be, and then, science-y bullshit, and then they weren't. Because, they can't be. They can't be, a walking zombie, because they gotta be in 3 movies later. So, and they're perfectly fine there. So, yeah, that definitely killed any fucking tension this book had. um, the way Schreiber did zombies in this one, they're kind of sort of similar to the way that they were done in Red Harvest. Like, the ones in Red Harvest weren't, totally bereft of intelligence. There was a little bit there. There was a little bit of a hive mind with them. When I was reading this book, I kept thinking about the different zombies that I've seen in fiction. Like, you have your normal standard, the dead walking, that sort of shit. But then, like, these zombies are capable of using weapons, and I guess have sort of like a fucking hive mind thing going, which made me think of the Flood from Halo. And then at another point, they sort of like there's like a bunch of bodies that are like fused together in this fucking monstrosity. And my mind went to the Necromorphs from Dead Space. This book came out in 2009, by the way. Dead Space is what came out the year before. And I think Halo's earlier than that. I'm not going to take the time to look up when Halo came out. So I'm like, I might just be too immersed in stories like this, but some of these feel like they may have been taking some inspiration and just chucked some shit together. This book's gory as fuck, by the way. Like, the dude gets fucking detailed. Like, there is a moment where the doctor character has to, like, try and stop a character from getting infected. Like, she can actually, like, watch the infection spreading. And she's just, like, digging into him. And it describes it. I'm like, fucking hell. Like, okay. Definitely won't be seeing this on Disney Plus. But, I mean, if that's your sort of thing, like, I feel like this book would be good for most people. Like, for most horror or zombie people, by all means. Have at it. I think on that level, it would be fine. There was just something about it, like, I got to, like, the last 30 pages. And I'm just like, I'm forcing myself to finish this. And I don't like doing that. I like reading for enjoyment. I don't want to force myself into anything. And I know some people are going to be like, well, what the fuck? Like, you were, like, right at the end. That's like getting to the end of a fucking mile race and just being like, you know what? I don't give a shit anymore. And, well, my asthmatic ass ain't gonna be running any fucking mile races. I would probably give up. But, I don't know. There was just something about it. Maybe I'm just burnt because I've been doing a lot of reading lately. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Just for whatever reason, I DNF'd this book. So, I'd honestly give it, like, a C+. I think it's fine. Just for whatever reason, I didn't click with me. Like, as much. And I know I said it didn't click with me, even though I got to, like, the last 30 pages, but, again, I kind of realized that I was, like, forcing myself. So, anyway, that's Death Troopers. I will see you guys eventually for another book from the old Expanded Universe continuity. Till then, y'all have fun. May the Force be with you.